comme ça, à ce pays d'esclaves. Regardez-moi maintenant les descendants d'esclaves rendent le bien par le mal.
C'est vrai, l'ingratitude est la vertu la plus partagée.
Voilà, ils cherchent à utiliser tous les marchés et ils n'ont fait qu'à sa tête. Et refusent même.
Non, filme-moi maintenant. Ça tourne, hein? Vous me laissez là.
D'accord.
So I guess you want to can give you a clear, simple.
So, for this installation, I'll let the artist speak for himself, Jean-Pierre Bekolo, who's actually known as a filmmaker and actually one of the most important filmmakers from the African continent today. You know, milestone films like Les Seigneurs and many others, you know. So we invited him because he's been working on, which is something very particular, and you do not find a lot of people doing that, you know, working on the history. Our history, I went to school in Cameroon, I had the history that was told from 1884, but in a very caricature way, you know, like a cartoon, you know, told from the perspective of the people that made the curriculum. So it was told from the perspective of the colonizer, you know, of course, you know, but that's just what it is. But how do we tell our own stories, you know? And one of the few people that have succeeded in doing that, you know, and I mean through very, very difficult circumstances, is Jean-Pierre Bekolo. So his other fictional works are there, but he decided this time around to work on something historical, you know. So I'll leave it up to you to say a few words on that.
Okay, so my name is Jean-Pierre Bekolo, and this is called Our Wishes. Our Wishes, it's actually the name of the TV series we decided to do, and it's all about trying to tell the colonial history, the first encounter, what you were saying, the first encounter, but on the perspective of our people, meaning how the interaction with the West disrupt completely relationships. So, and this is the very first time actually that was done in Cameroon. We have a very, very vague idea of what happened. And we were able to kind of, with the help of some of the historians, to really create a drama, TV drama, popular TV drama, in 10 episodes right now. So that, you know, people are going to be able to watch in the kind of home, you know, because that's like a Cameroon home, where now you can actually experience not just the content, that is the perspective of Cameroonians, but it's also watching it, like feeling exactly how they would be feeling watching this thing in their homes. So briefly, we have like 3 parts. This part is the making of. You know, we made the film because at the end of the day, it's still a story, told with all the elements of stories, you know, and of cinema. So we have the community here, the picture of the community that welcomed us. You know, so it's actually one chief that was chief under the German, and they helped him build a kind of palace, and we use the palace as a location. So this is the community, and some of the elements of the film, you will see the flag. So I guess you see the difference between the 2 flags. But the flag we were trying to do was the one on the bottom, obviously, because that was the flag back then. But our designer decided to simplify it, and we didn't know unless after we finished the shot. It's like, what is the red and the black stripe? He said, I just want to make it simple. It was too complicated. So we kept both like this, because that's some of the elements of cinema. The monitor there is also the making of, like while we were making the film, we had some videos captured, just seeing how we were feeling. And we had to create a little cinema village, you know, a little bit in the middle of the jungle. So that experience is being told there. And there are a few things displayed here, like scripts, but you have a little bit of explanation on a few things. This second part here is more the let's say the home, really, like typical Cameroonian home. You know, you'll find these fabrics in many homes, couches, you know, exactly this feel. This is where actually experiencing television every day in family. And then the third part is just some of the elements we use in the film, you know, and some colonial elements, and traditional and colonial both at the same time. So that's kind of how it was mixed. You know, people had their own traditions, and then colonial furniture started coming, and they were mixing both of them. Yes. So on the 2 TVs, so you have the 10 episodes just running, English subtitle, and the radio there is actually, because we shot it in French, obviously, to try to make it popular in Cameroon, but the language that was spoken, it's in Douala, so that's one you can easily get closer to the radio, because the Cameroon language that was spoken in 1882, 82, 84, when all this story was happening. So basically, that's really what we decided to set up here.
But it's also important to understand this installation as an essay, with many footnotes. And the footnotes, you have to take time to look at the footnotes because you recognize in some of these images historical figures. Somebody like Sultan Joya, you know, who considered himself a kind of a Kaiser. He saw himself at the same level with the Kaiser of the Germans. You know, you have the Douala, the Bel, the king of the Doualas. You know, so a lot of references in here, and it's important to take time here to read the piece as if you're reading an essay. You know, and look at the footnotes.
Is the TV show on normal TV, or is it just in Arkham?
No, it's actually going to be on air, I think, June 30th. That is, so in Cameroon, we launch it June 30th, so you are privileged watching before Cameroon.
It's in French, no?
Yeah, in French with English subtitles. Yes, but yeah. That's also one of the colonial elements. You know, we have to speak French now to reach everybody, which might be a nonsense, but...
So you have to do it in France.
And the pieces of art you introduced here, so
yes,
some more traditional pieces, traditional pattern like the crocodile. That's really important, I guess, in Cameroon.
So we use some of different elements, like the fabrics. Obviously, I didn't make them, but I took the fabrics that are meaningful. Like this cloth on the table is zoomed up. You know, it's very specific from the specific region of Northwest and the West Cameroon. You know, that's really what was done before colonial. So, but this is the Chinese now made fabric, but it's the same pattern. They're the same pattern. This one is from a young artist, like in Cameroon, who's actually, this is like a post stamp, but it's also about all these things being shipped, you know, and you can see the link between immigration, you know, and maybe slavery even, but just like this face, his name is Jean-David Lecoq, very famous artist.
Okay. So we go to Philippa Cesar.
We tried to collect the Bell family. Bell was like the king, that was the main sign of the treaty between the Germans and Cameroon. So King Bell, Ndumbelube, that's his real name. So you can see him, that's him here. Yeah, he was still kind of young. Yeah, Ndumbelube. That's him here with his 2 wives. That's his son here, who was in Bristol before the colonial treaty. So his son Manga is actually in the TV series. And that's King Bell Old. So he's really like the one he really like used the most because he's the main character of our story. And now, obviously there are a few figures that are very interesting. So you can see here, you know, I think it's his son here, his family. This is before the treaty. The treaty was signed in 1882, 84. So all this is before. Obviously this one is later because now on. So but we tried to keep like use the house, that was one of the house back then. It was really like, so this is Agua, it's like another king. Which is really like here. you're wearing. So like, I don't know what you want to do, but
This is early studio.
yes, very, very early. Well, like it's really 1800s. So just the main idea was that just kind of, as he was talking about the essence, like, it starts a conversation. Really have this, really just look at this picture. Obviously, at the aesthetic level, I feel like this king that was really wisdom, just like this, then young, wise. So it's like you see more people come up, but they're still rooted in their culture. You know, this is one of the people who work in Germany, train. So all these images like went back over there.
So your TV series is education thing, or is it typical standpoint? I mean, how far do you go with this?
I think it's not none of those two really. Because obviously it's crucial information you didn't have. For example, what we discovered that this is the first time people started hearing about death. You know, it's like, because what happened in the story is that Werman, who was a big merchant in Hamburg, had a young guy there, who was 24 years old, and asked him to make sure that these guys signed the treaty before the Berlin Conference. So what the guy who was a merchant started doing, he started like, those who didn't want to sign the treaty, he started using debt. And you learned many years later today about African debt. Then the second thing you also discover is devaluation of currency. Palm oil was at value. You know, we tried to put a balance here, but like palm oil was at value. And then they decided to devaluate it. Again, when those who didn't want to sign it. And then the last thing was corruption. Because Werman gave some money to the chief to sign. The second thing is that the chief, one of the kings, didn't want to share the money that was given to him. So all these tensions, but we keep it at a dramatic level so that it doesn't appear biased. Because the other perspective is very important, like how now this tribe used to deal with this one, but now because of the treaty, things are shifting. These guys with his uncle, now they're in conflict because of the treaty. So, yes. So, like this kind of colonial project destabilized completely relationships and also increased the power of one of them. You know, like King Bell was the only one they was selling the weapons to. Obviously, you know, you will use them. So so it's still at a very dramatic level. So, and again, what I was saying is that we're not trying at this level to have a discussion with the West. It's between us and ourselves at this level. That's what is important, because now we know that there was disruption, but until today there's still consequence of that disruption within, you know, African communities. So the thing is, unless we can actually face it, you know, we have to talk about it. And for me, that's what to trigger the discussion. But it's not really in terms of this is really like an exception, having it shown here, but it was not planned to be shown here, really. So, and the education level is also very, we have to make it interesting first, you know, dramatic-wise, because if it becomes too educational, I'm afraid that, you know, obviously people will be turned off, you know, like really being lecturing hardcore. Okay, welcome, thank you. Okay. Bon, alors, je vais en profiter pour faire mon interview.
To enslave people, you needed to dehumanize them. So to be able to make them become resources, what we call human resources today, you had to dehumanize them. And there's something interesting about that, because in the process of dehumanizing the other, you dehumanize yourself. So this is a kind of a line going through the exhibition, and you would see that. So in that process also of dehumanizing those people and creation of a race, another thing also happens, which is the creation of gender. So you had to make yourself, put yourself in a certain position. And this is what you find in many of the works. So this really deep point, you know. So what Bekolo, the artist you will see there, calls the first encounter. You know, so what happens from that first encounter onwards, you know. So I've had a look at Bonnie, and we're going to do a kind of a ping pong. So you can talk about one artist and talk about the other, and just go through all the works. And whenever we find an artist somewhere, we'll let the artist speak for him or herself.
Is English fine or something that you have?
German flag. So you see that we have two. Yes, yes. The first one wasn't.
Donc, je suis à Vienne pour présenter Our Wishes, notre série télévisée sur l'histoire coloniale, le traité germano-douala. Donc, nous sommes là pour un mois dans cet espace, un espace qui a été créé à l'occasion pour pouvoir présenter, comme si on était au Cameroun, dans une maison qui a à la fois une dimension d'une maison d'aujourd'hui, à Yaoundé, à Douala, à Garoua, n'importe où, et aussi un espace qui rappelle le colonialisme, ses objets et la tradition. Et puis enfin un autre espace du tournage de la série, c'est-à-dire que la communauté qui nous a accueillis, etc. Donc Our Wishes, c'est donc cette série qui va passer bientôt au Cameroun sur l'histoire coloniale. C'est la première fois que nous faisons comme une intrusion dans cette histoire coloniale dont nous n'en savons plus grand-chose. C'est-à-dire que le traité, dans quelles conditions il a été signé, mais pire, qu'est-ce que cela a entraîné comme rivalité, comme tension dans notre pays, entre les différents peuples. Ce qui est important aussi, c'est de savoir que quand on parle de dévaluation, quand on parle de dette, quand on parle de corruption, tout ça a commencé à l'époque. Donc il s'agit évidemment de se parler entre nous franchement de ce qui s'est passé, de cela raconter, de se raconter ce qui s'est passé entre nous, mais à partir du moment où le blanc est arrivé, à partir du moment où ce traité a été signé, quelles sont les conséquences de toute cette affaire-là dans notre société, dans les relations entre les familles, etc. Donc, la série est une espèce de série dramatique, hein, sans grande ambition, qui a juste pour idée de commencer ce travail de mémoire, ce travail de raconter ce qui nous est arrivé et de le raconter pour le grand public. Oh. Parce que...
Je vais lire sur ton fond.
Je ne dis rien. Il faut juste que...
Regarde-moi. C'est bon. Peux-tu peut-être approcher un peu sous la lumière?
Je ne suis pas en train de l'approcher parce que l'ombre est contraire. Je suis déjà là-dedans, c'est une ombre.
Là, tu es bien dans la lumière.
Oui, mais est-ce que l'image est bien parce que c'est pas juste là.
Non, ça va.
Donc tu tournes?
Oui.
On coupe parce que là on envoie les fichiers, il ne faut pas qu'on envoie tout parce qu'après...
Tu es complètement dans le noir.
C'est pour ça que je disais que bon, on se remet comme avant. Peut-être que moi je suis un peu...
Non, c'est pas nous, hein, c'est l'appareil qui est devenu complètement flou.
Non, c'est flou. Ah.
C'est bon.
Nous sommes donc à Vienne. Ça tourne.
Après le tournage de cette première partie de la série Awawishis, j'ai pensé que enfin, je me suis dit enfin on a terminé parce que ce n'était pas facile du tout. Mais depuis le mois dernier où nous sommes allés présenter ce projet à Bayreuth en Allemagne et aujourd'hui nous sommes à Vienne, je me rends compte que c'est seulement le début d'une longue aventure, mais que nous voulons commencer d'abord avec les Camerounais. La diffusion qui démarre au mois de juin, le mois prochain.
Reprends toute la phrase, c'est mieux. La diffusion qui commence.
La diffusion de Awawishis qui démarre à la fin du mois de juin prochain au Cameroun sera pour moi personnellement
Prêt.
Bonjour le Cameroun, je suis Augustine Mukodi et c'est avec un plaisir certain que j'ai travaillé sur ce projet de Awawishis aux côtés du cinéaste Jean-Pierre Becolo. Et le mois prochain, vous allez découvrir enfin cette première proposition de la longue série, parce que c'est une très très longue série, Awawishis autour de la signature du traité germano-douala. Donc nous sommes ici à Vienne pour présenter le projet. Nous sommes ici à Vienne pour présenter le projet que nous avons monté au Cameroun. Et je vous donne donc rendez-vous le 30 juin prochain au Cameroun pour la première diffusion de Awawishis.
On va aller faire l'interview là-bas. Quickly, So say something, you guys. Yeah. Who are you guys, and what it is about?
That's it.
Goes for Cameroon television.
Cameroon television.
Yeah.
When are we on Cameroon television? Exactly, we want to become famous in Cameroon.
So say something.
It's a very important work for our history. The possibility of taking things into our hands and not leaving it into like destiny. There is nothing like this. We have to take destiny into us and recount our own history. Because as Edouard Bisson said, you cannot leave history in the hands of historians alone. We have to take it and do what we want to do with it. We are sequestrating history at this moment. So Jean-Pierre Becolo is sequestrating history. You're taking it and doing what you want to do with it.
Exactly.
And narrating it.
And history has always been told like from top to down, and even like in Austria, you only know like parts of history that happened. So you bring in, like as you said, like the important footnotes and the other angles that people never have been told. So we're very happy to have your project here with us in Austria.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much. Merci, merci.
Ce sont